Still going strong and celebrating our 25th season. This is Friday Night Sports Extra, brought to you by Subway and Sterling Savings Bank.
Leave your competition in the dust, set the field ablaze. Been a train of thought since those late summer two-a-days. Clash of the Titans, big plays and hard hits. Lace up your cleats, give 100%. Postseason is close, play hard or go home. The ultimate goal is to play in the Tacoma Dome. December 3rd, make sure you mark your calendar. Concentration the key, don't let the pressure rattle you. Cheerleaders cheer, parents rocking the bleachers. We all know it's the last chance for seniors. Another Friday night, two teams, one fight. And we got the highlights, it's KXLY.
Let's start by thanking Dee Phillips, Derek Smith, and Zach Werchak for redoing our awesome open. I'm Derek Dice. Thanks for tuning in to Friday Night Sports Extra.
I'm Ben Kaplan. The big battle in the IEL is our game of the night again.
But first, let's send it out to Keith Oso in Stadium 4 with this week's special guests.
It's always so quiet here as soon as the show starts, but it doesn't last long. Tonight, it's not going to last long either. The Cheney Blackhawks are here. Come on in, Cheney. We got the drumline. We got some cheerleaders. Wow, they're going to be loud in here. Not as loud as they were over in Idaho tonight, our game of the week. Dennis, take us Idaho.
Well, I made it across the border and got back. Those are two good signs, and we had a heck of a football game. Post Falls playing host to Coeur d'Alene. The Vikings, with a win, would wrap up a playoff spot. Post Falls trying to stay alive. All Coeur d'Alene in the first quarter. Already up 7-0. They get more. They give to Zach Kaiser, 23 yards on the touchdown run, and it's 14-0 Vikings. More Vikings and more Kaiser. This time the big run by Kaiser. Look at the move. He goes inside and then outside, switching ball, and the hand gets run out of bounds inside the 20-yard line. They'd settle for a field goal, 17-0 at the half. Third quarter, they got the ball, and again, it's Kaiser. 29 yards, a touchdown run, 25-0. Kaiser, 202 yards on the ground. But all of a sudden, Post Falls came alive. Mac Lickfold takes it the final 5 yards, gets his team on the board. It's 25-7. They get the ball back, and they score again. This time through the air, Lickfold zips it to Tyson Johnson, cuts the lead, 25-14. Post Falls got the ball back. They're moving again. That's where it all ended. Big sack by J.J. Johnson. The Viking defense slammed the door shut the rest of the way. Coeur d'Alene goes on to win at 41-14 and wraps up a playoff spot.
Offense, great job. Our O-line, everybody, and our defense just holding them to 14 points. Did a good job.
Played really well as a team, you know. Had a couple hard moments in the game, but when conflict pops up, our team just seems to shine even better. So it was a lot of fun.
That sets up next week's Lake City Coeur d'Alene game. The two will play. The winner gets home field advantage in the first round of the playoffs. They're going to play twice in a couple of weeks. The city of Coeur d'Alene should be excited. Derek, Ben?
You know who I'd like to see is Coeur d'Alene take on Ferris. That would be an interesting matchup. We're going to go to the GSL now as Ferris and Lewis and Clark in the Battle of the South Hill out at Joe ALBI Stadium. The xylophone out in this one. Already 14-0 Saxons. They're looking for more. Jordan Tanani, the short punch in to make it 21-zip in favor of the team in white. Then the handoff to Cole Heidinger. He's had a big year for Ferris. He gets around the defense and puts Ferris up by a count of 28-0. Then just before the end of the first half, Ben Goodwin looks to the sky and he finds Bo Bozette, 69 yards for the touch. Saxons up 35-zip at the half. They remain undefeated with a 49-7 win, Ben.
All right, Mount Spokane and Rogers, the Pirates drumline, fancy with the sticks. Unfortunately for them, Mount Spokane was fancy with the ball. That's quarterback Carson Blumenthal, fakes the handoff, takes it right up the middle, 7-0 Cats. So we saw him run, and now we're going to watch him throw. Blumenthal rolls out kind of like Luda. Then word to your moms, he came to drop bombs to Trevor Kissinger. He's in the end zone, makes it 14-0 Mount Spokane. Rogers, though, would get on the board themselves. The handoff to Tyler Sumner. He gets in. That's the Pirates, though, only points of the game. Mount Spokane rolls in this one, 48-7. Crab cakes and parachutes on homecoming. That's what Central Valley does. They also scored a lot against visiting North Central. The Indians from their 6-inch line, that play's not going to work. Forrest Cuthbert gets dragged down in the end zone for the safety. Then on the Bears' ensuing possession, this is how you finish a run. Brandon Garcia, like a Mack truck, gets it for 6, made it 32-7. Then the Bears added on. Gavin DeArmond, he's got touch right in the arms of Brandon Ontiveros. The junior to senior connection puts another 6 on the board. NC did show flashes. After a long kickoff return to set it up, it pays off for Jake Hoffman, who makes the touchdown grab. But the Bears win it big, 53-21 on homecoming.
All I heard was crab cakes. Let's head out to the Valley now for a 3A GSL matchup between U-High and Shadle. And the opening kickoff of the ball game drew before the Highlanders. Fields it. Look at this. They're thinking Music City Miracle like the Tennessee Titans pulled off back in the day. Only Aaron Anderson gets brought down, and Shadle comes away scoreless, so really no miracle at all. Scoreless in the second quarter, but the Titans finally get it going. Connor Johnson hits Colin Young for a 20-yard pickup right here. Then, just a few moments later, on the rollout, it's Johnson and Johnson as Connor hits Dustin for the touchdown. That's smooth like baby powder. U-High rolls 42 bagel. Keith?
Last night, Gonzaga Prep took the field, and it was all about Bishop Sankey. He became the GSL's all-time leading rusher, breaking the record set by Tyree Clough of Central Valley back in 1998. He's headed to Washington State. At least that's where he says he's going. We'll have to wait and see. He had 359 yards, 5 touchdowns, given 4,141 yards in his career. He goes on to pass that. He can also break the single-season record. He's got a couple of games left to go with that. But Bishop Sankey and the Bullpups, they win it last night. 35-21, big matchup for them with Ferris next week. Well, Dennis, you already went back from North Idaho today. How was the drive home?
Fast.
I don't doubt that. We'd like to thank our friends in the police department for letting us get
No,
that.
I did not know. It wasn't that fast.
No, but more
It's not
games
old
tonight.
school fast. Come on. Lake City and Sandpoint tonight over in North Idaho as well. And if we went to that game, we would have driven safely home from that. And the band played on in Lake City. First quarter was a first quarter and a half offensive struggle. Senior Alan Carmichael, the first down on senior night. Later in the drive, Carmichael finishes it off. That's just a mob touchdown run there. 2 yards. T-Wolves have missed the extra point, 6-0. Yes, and the band continues to play. Next possession for the Bulldogs, Eric Nissaran. Look at him go. Look at him go. Runs right out of the screen and then down the sidelines. That was the only touchdown of the game, a 63-yard run, but this one belonged to Lake City, setting up that big game with Coeur d'Alene next week.
Oh, Lakeland and Moscow also out tonight. Sorry about that. Nice diving catch right there by Corey Thorne. That's from Eric Cooper. He's going to set up the Hawks. They're in the red zone. He connects with Gage Gray into the end zone. Tied up at 14. Hawks trying to score with 10 seconds to go in the half, though. Here's where Moscow takes over on defense. Lane Brooks denies the bank loan, gets the interception for Moscow. They go on to win it 35-14 down south.
All right, we're going to let Keith wake up here after the timeout. We've got great Northern League action, Northeast A action, and
More from Stadium 4, the Cheney Blackhawks band taking us out.
You're supposed to have a smile when you come back.
I know. We like to have our band smile on. So good job.
You're going to sound good tonight.
The drum line.
Just to let you know.
Cheney Blackhawks here, huh?
Now, Cheney, rival of East Valley, West Valley.
We finally get to see the renewal
Yes,
of
we
the
do.
rivalry. East Valley and West Valley, the Mighty Knights in West Valley tonight. Hey, how are you? Haven't played you guys in a while. Don't like you either. Welcome back to a rivalry game. Mighty Knights with a big first half. Adam Talley, he sweeps the leg and gets a 25-yard field goal, 27-7 at the half. Mighty Knights looking for more, but Joseph Aubert strips the football. Jake Bandel scoops it up, and he is gone. 50-yard touchdown scamper. Cuts the lead to 13. The Eastern Eagles are back in it, and Adam Fisher, he's not very happy. Eagles break out a little trickeration, halfback pass, but it's a trap. David Rich is there for the interception. Oh, the Mighty Knights win 27-14, the first time they've played each other, and man, it's good to see the Eagles and Knights back on the football field.
All right, these guys look familiar, don't they? Well, we didn't get the horns, we got the drums, so we had to give them equal time here. Cheney and Pullman, no score second quarter. Blackhawks decide, yes, trickeration. Spencer Rasser with a reverse pass. Bryce Crooks makes the great catch between defenders, 30-yard gain. Then Cheney caps the 99-yard drive when Parker Franklin finds DeAndre Moore Young for the 4-yard touchdown. 6-0 at that point in time. Pullman decides to go for it on a 4th and goal from the 1, but James Bledsoe, he is racked up and stuffed by a host of defenders. Blackhawks roll 38-0, the final score. Also one other score, Clarkston beating Deer Park tonight by a touchdown.
you thought with Cheney being in here, they'd cheer a lot more when they won. But anyway, the White Tigers with a win at home. St. Mary's and Priest River doing battle, and the Spartans with a big win at home. And also Kamei and Kellogg, the battle of the K's, and the K's win it. The Cubs big on the road.
All right, so Keith knows I love it when he does that. It's a trap from Star Wars. We've got some more Star Wars theme for you. The Lakeside Band with some Star Wars action. The Eagles would score first against Newport. Check out this huge run by Joe Blazek. Gets a couple of great blocks. He's huffing, he's puffing, he's running as hard as he can. Gets caught from behind, but it would lead to a touchdown. Eagles defense now, Justin House. That's just a cool name. If he took it to the house, it'd be cooler. But he sacks Travis Martin. And then check this one out. Even after Chad Brinkman gets hit, he still throws the touchdown to Paul Thomas. That's 76 yards for Pater. Lakeside 21-6 winners. He's still running.
All right, West Hobbs and the Medical Lake Cardinals hosting the Freeman Scotties in a non-league matchup, and the Cards trailing 12-7, but looking to take the lead. But Adam Paulson should have checked himself before he wrecked himself. Ryan Meenhock with the interception, and he returns it out to midfield. Then on the first play of the fourth quarter, Wyatt Smith brings the action right into your living room, hitting Tucker Rooney with a 9-yard touchdown, and the Scotties fans are going crazy. The Cards cut the lead to just 3 on this 3-yard touchdown run by Ben Powers, but Josh Richardson adds the insurance score later as the Scotties win it 24-15. Shining
Star.
Shining Star, that's right. Chewelah goes to Riverside, and the Rams a 46-24 win. Colville will take on Lakeside of Seattle. That game is tomorrow, Ben.
Rolling on some more scores, Springdale and Colfax. Colfax keeps on going, 63-0 winners. Reardon and Lynn Ritzville, the Broncos, big winners there. Liberty and Kettle Falls, 47-14 for the Bulldogs. And Davenport and Manson, Gorillas, 21-6 winners. Dennis?
Waitsburg Prescott goes on the road and hands DeSoto a loss. The Cardinals stay unbeaten. No report from Dayton tonight between DeSales and the Bulldogs. And also, the Tri-City Prep Jaguars beating Tico, Oakdale, and Rosalia, 37-28.
We're here with the Cheney Blackhawk drumline and cheerleaders tonight. What's your name?
Quindre Davis Murphy.
That's a long name. That's why we don't have highlights with his name in it. Now, you're the guy that you get to start the drumline. You're always the guy that gets to cue him up. How did you get that job?
I don't know. I just work hard and play as best as I can.
It's definitely not because you're a White Sox fan, all right?
No.
It's Mariner country. We're both watching the playoffs, though. Hey, do you want that job? How come you don't get to start everybody off?
I'm not sure. He practices more than I do.
Well, yeah, maybe it's you get a White Sox hat. Well, we're going to be playing all night long. Get him going again. He's the guy that gets things going. Let's go ahead and play out to break here. Cheney Blackhawk, drumline, and the cheerleaders here all night long. Let's go, Blackhawks.
This is Friday Night Sports Extra, brought to you by Subway and Sterling Savings Bank.
And welcome back to, what, week 8 of Friday Night Sports Extra?
Hard to believe, and we're talking 8-man now. We start down on the Idaho side of the Palouse where the Troy Trojans put their undefeated record on the line against Genesee, playing on the outfield of the baseball diamond. And Trojans threatening early. Caden Hodgkins met by Alan Barry, and Barry wins this battle. Genesee would hold on 4th down, and the home team would cash in a little later. Garrett Jones rumbles into the end zone, 6-0 Genesee. But here comes the Trojans. Hoskins is going to find a seam, and you can forget about it. He finishes with 96 yards and 2 touchdowns. Marshall Williams had 153 yards and 2 scores as Troy stays perfect on the season with a 34-20 win.
All right, Derek, every play Wallace called against Mullen today worked. The Tigers were undermanned. The Miners taking advantage. Kidman Cook, knick-knack, paddywhack, break me off a run. 25 yards. Wallace scored 32 points in the first quarter. Wow. They would score more in the second. Gavin Rasmussen to Jesse Needles. He'll weave his way into the end zone. A nice little run after the catch here. 35 yards on the pass and grab. Mullen fans, not so much. They wouldn't have to watch much more. Cook again, this time from 18 yards out. Wallace ends it at half. They win it 46-0. We've also got for you Lakeside 74. Talk about big scores. The 28 winners over Clark Fork.
The Cheney band has been sensational. It's a little cold here in Studio 4. Keith had to go to the headgear here tonight.
Thanks to the Cheney cheerleader here for sacrificing and giving me your headband. We appreciate it.
That looks good on you.
They're givers. It looks good on you, though. Hey, let's get a little more 8-man football. Up to Welping it we go, and you know Phil shoots the game when there's food in the first shot. Welping it down 6-0. They answer. A.J. Kiefer, watch this run. Cuts her on the right side, nowhere to go, cuts it back, takes a hit, spin move. But watch the block coming up by his teammate right here. Takes out 2 guys, and Kiefer goes all the way in. Greg Weinkoop on the block on that play. Welping it playing defense. Mike Dewey on the carry, but Tom Boring straight Shawshanks him. Just pulls it right out of his hand, going the other way. Oh, but Welping it gave the ball back, and the Rangers would punch it in. Kellen Sachs, he knows that the bird is the word. He punches it in for the Rangers, but this one belonged to Welping it as they win it 48-20. Other scores in 8-man football. We take it ACH, a big win at home. Wow, the ACH Warriors looking good once again. Wilbur Creston with a win on the road against the Easton Jaguars. Northport with their first win in over 60 years. They win by 46 points. Congratulations, Mustangs. We've been looking forward to that all year long. And also Mansfield, the Colonels. Tough road game with Houston.
St. John Endicott taking on La Crosse Washtuckton. Now, if you include Pine City, that's the fabulous 5-town 2-team game. There you see the results. Colton also a winner tonight over Sunnyside Christian on the road. And not so good for Pomeroy, beaten at home by Liberty Christian.
Much, much warmer with the headband on. These cheerleaders had a good point. We didn't believe them, but it actually is much warmer.
I'll take your word for it.
Yeah, but you can't go nowhere because when we come back, we got the plays of the night. You're not going to want to miss this one. Friday night.
Welcome back to Friday Night Sports Extra. Well, you know what that means. Time for Plays of the Night with a drum roll. We take you back to Joe ALBI Stadium. This is the record breaker. Bishop Sankey on that run becomes the all-time leading rusher in GSL history. Congratulations, Bishop Sankey.
Play number 2 of the night, Newport and Lakeside, the Eagles. Chad Brinkman, he's doing a little huck-it-chuck-it football up to Paul Thomas. Number 45 in green and white always looks nice. Into the end zone, play number 2 of the night for Paul Thomas.
All right, Welping it and Selkirk play number 1. The quarterback, Greg Weinkoop, you saw him hand it off. The running back, A.J. Kiefer, makes a nice run, but check out the block. Weinkoop, the big fella, get out the way, knocks 2 guys out. Touchdown for Welping it. They go on to win it big.
When your quarterback takes out 2 guys, that's he's a pretty big quarterback. All right, college football, WSU will go up against a ranked team for the 3rd week in a row at Stanford tomorrow. The Cardinal comes in averaging over 43 points per game. And even though the Cougars' defense has been drastically improved, they know they'll have their work cut out for them against the Cardinals' physical front and quarterback Andrew Luck, a preseason Heisman candidate.
They have the best quarterback in the league probably, and he's the most complete quarterback, and he's outstanding. And you know, his ability to run the ball scares me as much as it is to throw it. So plus, you know, they're very physical when they want to just run the ball. They've been successful, you know, pretty much against everybody.
All right, the Huskies will host number 15 Arizona tomorrow night. The Wildcats will start Matt Scott at quarterback.
The countdown continues for the Vandals' homecoming football game tomorrow against New Mexico State. The Aggies have been struggling big time this season. They come in at 1-5, but Idaho will not be taking them lightly.
They're going to be fighting. They're going to be coming for a win. I think it was a couple years ago that New Mexico State was our only Division 1A win. And they probably came in here thinking the same thing about us, you know, just be careful because every college football team is going to bring their best at you every week.
It's also homecoming for Eastern tomorrow. They'll host Sac State. You can listen to that one, as always, on 700 ESPN The Ticket. And Whitworth will hit the road for the 5th time in 7 games. They haven't played at the Pine Bowl since, like, last season.
It's ridiculous.
They'll visit Pacific tomorrow at 1:30.
Hey, also, the Texas Rangers eliminate the New York Yankees in Game 6 of the ALCS. The Chiefs will host Red Deer tomorrow. But now, as we end the show, let's send it back into Stadium 4 with the Cheney Band and cheerleaders. Guys.